Yeah, he's like, oh, I feel like sitting down. Let him go sit down. Yeah, hide behind the barrel. Okay, let him grab his harmonica. Don't get seen. Okay. There we go. And grab his hat. Oh, you had it. You had it. There we go. You got his hat. Right? Okay, cool. We got it. Hooray! More goals accomplished here on the branch. Welcome back to... What are we welcoming back to, Jamie?
On the goose.
Welcome back to talking about sex scenes in video games. It's just it was on my mind. So, gosh, how did it come to my mind? It was, Ars Technica had its video on Myst and how they accomplished getting all that information to stream off a single speed CD-ROM. So, do you remember CD-ROM speeds, Jamie? Do you remember having a CD-ROM drive that had a, 1x, 2x, 4x, 8x, all the way up to 50-something x? So that blank x referred to how many times the base rate of, I think it's like 160 kilobits a second is a 1x CD-ROM.
So weird.
And that's what CD audio decoded at.
Sorry. Side note, is it weird that I feel bad for stealing the old man's hat now?
He got it back, right?
No.
Oh, then you should feel bad, yes. Bad goose. So, yeah, it was this long thing where they talked about how they didn't even know it was going to work, and they had to figure out how to compress and decompress this stream of data through this tiny little pipeline. And, gosh, that got me thinking about other old DOS games that came, because back in the day, you had the option of a CD-ROM that had about 700, depending on the era, 700 megabytes. I think they started at 680 and eventually capped out at 720 megabytes. And before that, all you had were floppy disks. So you had the big competitor to Myst, Seventh Guest, either came on something absurd, like it was a book full of floppy disks. It was something like 30 or 40 floppy disks that you had to just in series download to your computer and then extract all together, and then that was the installed file on your computer. Do you remember this at all?
Yes.
You remember this era?
I do.
And so there was this game, Seventh Guest, which would be so up your alley. It was like Myst. It was one of those point-and-click sort of adventure murder mystery games.
I do like those games.
And it seared into my mind because my cousins, steal that, sneak it out of here. Don't get his attention yet.
Sneak.
Yeah.
He's not paying any
Yeah.
He's seriously not paying any attention to me.
And the one thing I ever saw from Seventh Guest was when it was at my cousin and uncle's house. And these are the extreme of the religious Mormon family, part of the family.
Score a goal at.
Yeah, drop it on her table there.
I'm trying to get out of your shop, lady.
Is she gonna set it on the table? Is she gonna pick it up and put it down? Let's see.
Yep.
And she gonna put it over with the tools. Okay, cool. Now go steal his keys or something. So, yeah, the first thing I ever saw of this game, my cousin, I don't know if they just kept playing this section on repeat or not, or if they just ran into the one sex scene in the game, because there's a sex scene in the game and you hear suggestive moans. You don't see any nakedness, but you see characters, suggestively talking to each other without a lot of clothes. Yeah. And you hear that kind of moaning for about a minute or two. And I remember being paranoid, like, oh no, my uncle's going to hear this. We're going to be in trouble because this is 9-year-old me.
This is my ball now.
I was definitely afraid if I just got caught in a situation where sex was around that I would be in trouble. Because that's just how they start you out as a Mormon. Are we gonna go mess with the gardener?
We're gonna score a goal real quick.
Oh, where can we score a goal?
I believe there is on this side a.
Oh, there is. Do you think a little hockey net, isn't there?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's what score a goal meant. Hooray! I'm glad you figured it out.
Yeah.
I believed in you, and my belief
is
paid off.
Slowly getting us towards that goal.
But yeah, it just reminds me how I generally don't like sex scenes in games because they're almost always gratuitous, and I've always felt the line for whether or not I want a sex scene is one. It's there's the classic.
This is actually a little harder.
Yeah, there's the classic test of could you convey just as much information by a line of text that says "and they fucked"? Because there are certain, shows and movies where you learn something about the characters through the sex, right? You get something out of it. You get insight into them. You might see how they bond, and that's good.
Where is the hockey goal?
And then you have God of War, where it's just a mini game for points. And the reason I hate that is because my personal bar is, would I be comfortable viewing this or consuming this media with my mom present?
I am gonna try to find that goal.
Because the answer is yes sometimes. If a sex scene is well conceived, yeah, I could watch that with my family. But if it's just gratuitous and it's just so you can see some big old jubblies bouncing, then maybe not so much. Hey Jamie, I'm doing all the talking. Are you just
I'm listening.
Okay, are you content?
I'm content to listen.
Okay.
Well, and especially because I'm trying to find where the hell the goal is.
Yeah, where is the goal?
Where is the hockey goal?
I remember it being somewhere. Oh well, you're just gonna go around. Is this the session where we?
Well, I'm gonna do a twofer. I'm gonna get the tulip and then.
Is that enough?
Yep.
Okay. You're gonna get the tulip and then what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get the rose. I'm gonna get the tulip. And then I'm gonna make the gardener buy his stuff back.
Okay. Look at that. Look at that. She does this so on purpose. So on purpose. Oh my gosh. You are the worst lady. Oh, acting all coy. All right. Can you sneak this past him or are you just going to have to...
No, he gives into
just
despair.
going to run? Oh, that's right. It's got a minute where you can just get out of here. And we're out. You're trapped. Sorry, dude. Your inability to use doors and gates means that you will never get this rose back.
It's my rose now, bitch.
Promise I won't sing Kiss from a Rose.
Please don't.
Again. Although it wasn't technically Kiss from a Rose, it was just...
Burr, burr.
No, that's a Meredith's bit that I might steal.
Get in the basket. Piece of shit rose. There we go. I rescind my piece of shit. Oh, man. I really like roses. They used to be my favorite flower, did you know?
Yes, I remember that because I remember you had an original story, series of stories. You sort of had this fantasy universe you had made. I think you came up with it in high school, but you told me about it.
Oh, I came up with it
Yeah, you told me about it around the time we met. But yes, roses were very, all the magic was rose-based. I don't remember exactly. I remember it was neat and novel.
It was basically, the whole forest was basically a one giant mana area. And the roses had absorbed different types of mana. Go through the hole!
No! Damn it! Betrayal. Yeah, I think every teenager into any kind of literary writing has a fantasy universe of their own, right? And this was yours. And I don't think all magic in the universe was rose-based. It just so happened that this one group of people was... Anyway,
yeah.
This is you can't even call it fanfic, right? Because it's your original story. Original. Yeah. So it was one step above fanfic.
It's mine now.
Yay. Now we just have to figure out where the other three flowers are.
Other two
flowers.
It's a chrysanthemum and a lily.
Well, right now, are you going to see if you can get him to buy his thing back?
Motherfucker.
Oh, boy. Being a kid.
Man, that's so, in retrospect, my own writing is so cringe to me. I think everybody's is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You go back, find anything, anyone can do this. Find anything you wrote 10 years ago or more, and you will not be able to stand it. No, you will hate it. You will want to tear it up. I can only imagine what people who write novels professionally have to do when they go back and read their own writing. When you have to go back and write a sequel, could you imagine being like...
Where'd the gardener go?
Oh, he's moving stuff back around. Do you think you can get his keys? Do you think you can kite him far enough if you get his keys, or maybe you need to get something where he's going to pursue a little less vehemently? No? Okay. Oh, they fell. Dang. And try again. Oh, oh.
He's just mad at me.
He's just very into... I mean, you could steal something else small in his view, right? Maybe knock his shovel over. He's just not happy with you. Do you want to...
I'm like having, for some reason, I'm having technical, like just
grabbing difficulties?
Just grabbing difficulties.
Alright, well, we'll sort this out next time on the branch, okay?